Mic check. Fam. Aries. Love, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, fam. I love and appreciate every single one of you for being right here rocking with your girl. Love, like, share, subscribe, family. I love and appreciate every single one of you. So, okay, we're tapped in really, really. Okay. So you got a King of Cups, male or female. There's no gender in tarot, fam. So y'all switch the rules as need be. But there is a King of Cups that is feeling a bit controlling over your energy. Don't overthink it, because you're spot on about this person. So this King of Cups is being, open up your heart. Yeah. So this King of Cups is being one-sided right now, and they are resisting change when it comes to giving to this relationship. So they're breaking cycles and karmic relationships that they've been in for 9-10 years. So I feel as though you're in the Queen of Cups energy, and you're very nurturing, compassionate about, and they can also feel though too that they don't have, step out of your comfort zone. They don't have anything to offer you at this time. And so you're meeting somebody new. You're needing to step out of your comfort zone when it comes to this connection. So if there is a decision that's needing to make, okay, if there's a decision that's needing to make about this relationship, then it needs to be made. I feel as though your King of Cups is just very, she is being very controlling and just not allowing certain chapters or cycles to be let go of. It's as though that they're just being stuck and stagnant in their phases, in their negative, pessimistic energy, and they're not allowing the wheel to turn into their favor. They're not allowing this new beginning to turn into their favor. And so this is causing you to feel some sort of discomfort, some sort of unfulfillment, and you're feeling as though that you have to wait an emotion, because you're more emotionally stable than they are. And so however it is when it comes to intimacy in this relationship, you're more nurturing and compassionate. With the King of Cups, they're also emotionally balanced, but they're in a space right now where they feel as though that they just can't give to you what you need and want. So there's this very big blockage when it comes to shifting into a more healthier and grounded, healed partnership. So they could have so they're feeling very isolated within themselves and their own emotions. So your person's being very distant towards you. And so they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with themselves. is what I'm hearing. They're trying to step out of their comfort zone, and you're also stepping out of your comfort zone in the sense of having to deal with this connection. So this could just be, and I'm seeing the Queen of Swords coming in right now. So you could be at a point in this connection where you're just being cutthroat with your standards right now. And I feel this is what's forcing you to step out of your comfort zone, because you're on this higher wavelength of you just want peace of mind. You just want harmony. You want balance. You want that reciprocity of somebody being emotionally available just as much as you are. And you're starting to see that your person, whoever you're dealing with, that's being distanced towards you, is just stuck in their old ways, is what I'm hearing. That they're trying to figure out how to, they're trying to figure out how to unfuck themselves, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so they're holding off, and you could be both mirroring each other. There's a lot of frustration and holding back from each other. There's this time to just slow down right now when it comes to this connection. So it's you guys could be taking a break from each other, and it just could be emotionally distancing each other, especially if y'all are living together, or if you're not, you're just not responsive in the ways that you normally would have been in this connection. And so there's a lot of this just kind of holding back your energy right now. And that could be the best thing for this connection, because they could just also be taking your, with the devil coming out, they could just be taking your connection for granted and your niceness and compassion for granted. And so I believe that you're feeling this. You're starting to sense this about them, especially when it comes to the actions that they have been showing you. And so this is what's causing you especially to hold back. And this is making you feel uncomfortable, because you don't necessarily want to hold back from this connection, but you're starting to see that this person, even though that they are a sweetheart when it comes to even them being social, when it comes to other people and things, and at times with you, it's very wishy-washy. But they're in this space or phase right now where they're feeling as though that they can't give you what you are expecting of them. And so this is what's causing them to close up. And this is what's causing the friction and frustration between the both of you. They're panicking on their end, but you're over here trying to align yourself in the ways that you need to, in the directions that you're meant to. And you're not taking it as personal, but you're making your moves based off of this connection. So you're playing chess, baby, not checkers. And you're just trying to align what is happening within this dynamic so that you can make better judgments and decisions moving forward when it comes to what it is that you want and what it is that you want in your life and in this connection. Because you're starting to understand that there's lack of purpose, there's no direction, there's no sort of, again, just this direction of what you want, and what your person is trying to figure out what they want. So you are just in the space of keeping that heart open when it comes to how this is coming about, how you're experiencing this connection. And so you're just really trying to understand what this person is like wanting from you, or how they are becoming untrustworthy. They're causing you to feel as though that they're untrustworthy. And so you're in this space of watch out for snakes in your garden, that you're starting to feel as though that they're being sneaky, or because they're pulling their energy back, or they're isolating more, or however that resonates for you, because you setting your standards when it comes to what it is that you want, it's causing them to do this self-doubting shit, this low vibrational shit. And so it's starting to overwhelm you, and it could be causing you to feel as though that you can't get shit done because you're always having to deal with their emotional baggage, is what I'm hearing. So you're trying to keep an open heart about this connection, stay in control of your own power. And you're trying, as we were saying, you're trying to stay in alignment with the things that you got going on for yourself and the goals that you want to meet when it comes to just even experiencing life and what it is that you want when it comes to a relationship. And so you're starting to just see that it's not aligning with what you want. And so it could feel at times that they're trying to control the situation and want you to stick around just because they're unsure about what it is that they want in their lives. So they're just doing things in a way that's just kind of conniving, sneaky, in the way of them just pulling back their energy. So this is what's causing you to feel this energy of sneakiness, and you're just trying to find balance within this connection. This is very frustrating and very confusing. And that's what you could be feeling. It's just very confusing because at one point that they're just wanting to give, I keep my heart protected and open. Yeah. So regardless of what's just happening, you're just really trying to stay positive because you, of all people, know that everything's meant to happen the way it's meant to, and you're surrendering in the sense of if it's time to let this ish go, then you're ready to cut ties and cut cords and keep it moving with love. I feel as though that your person just doesn't like you being in that space because it's kind of, it's feeling as though they're being that lazy love. They're not wanting to change. They're not wanting to make or take these leaps of faith forward when it comes to building a relationship in general, even just a relationship with themselves. And you're noticing that they are only wanting to be on the surface when it comes to just this relationship. So it's causing you to just really try to understand where you need to be and what decisions you need to make, because it could be just several things. You're living with this person, you're really connected to them somehow, to where you're trying to figure out, okay, well, if I have these ties to them, how do I let go and how do I adjust, or how do I cut ties if I have to? Do I need to cut certain contracts with this connection because now I'm either in this career with them, I have a family with them, I have some sort of ties with them. How do I move while I'm transitioning and trying to figure out what I need to do at this time? So just know, whatever decisions you're making, whatever you need to do right now, you're protected. God, your ancestors, the universe, whoever it is that you pray to, they are guiding you and protecting you and showing you to slow down and just look at the bigger picture of what's happening in this connection right now. So there's just a big get more rest, because yeah, it's overwhelming and it's stressing you out at times, and it's causing you at times stressing you out. And so it's causing you to just be very conflicted when it comes to this connection, because you're at a space, again, you're a mature space where you know what you want, and are ready for that commitment of reciprocity, somebody being loyal and emotionally available, instead of coming from this materialistic space where you're used to a lot of people coming from. And so this isn't the type of love you're looking for. And I feel as though that this is why they're feeling their ego is being checked, or they're feeling some sort of way about how you're setting your standards in this connection. And so this is why they're projecting at you when it comes to them pulling back, because they could be a resource to something that you need. And so they're holding back and all these things right now, to where it's like, okay, well, fuck, dude, like, you know, we are building these certain things, but now it's shifty. Now you're being wishy-washy again when I'm presenting something and trying to set healthier standards and a foundation and direction in this connection. And they're not willing to budge or willing to communicate what it is that they truly want, because I feel as though they don't know what they want, because you know what you want. And so you're coming from this very powerful space, grounded, abundance, beautiful space. And so they are just in a space where they are unable to make decisions because they're too wishy-washy. They could have Cancer in their chart, emotional about where they want to be in life is what I'm hearing. So work on your solar plexus. And this is something that could be a blockage in them as well. They don't know how to protect their energy, or even know how to be in this creative, fun, fearlessness type of love or relationship, because they don't know how to be that within themselves. So you're starting to understand this. And so you're not doing, people are inspired by me, and I'm inspired to continue to inspire the masses. So you're also just showing them what it means to love on yourself. Take a spiritual bath. That's heavy. I've seen this coming out twice. You're inspiring them, because you're also showing them what it means to just be in this healthy, independent self-love. And this is probably something that they never knew. All they knew was just material, build a foundation for themselves, and that's it. So it's very 3D, that where they're coming from. And where you're coming from is more of the spiritual space. And so you're trying to understand and merge these energies together to come to this union. And so what's blocking your person is just their blockage in their sacral chakra and in their heart chakra. And so it's really on them. And so it's one of those things where, you know, God's going to put you on path to the people that you're meant to experience. And what happens is, when people, because you're at a space in your life, fam, where you've done the healing, where you have taken all the times and years to get to the space where you're at, and you're at this higher, mature, energetic, vibrational space within yourself, because again, you've done the work. And so when you're put on a mission to help awaken other people, and this is what's happening with your person, you're waking them up, and they're starting to see their shadows. So what's happening is you're showing and mirroring their shadows to them, but it's also a lesson for you to see what it is that you deserve, is what I'm hearing also. So there's this mirroring that's happened, and ultimately all experiences that we experience, it's all lessons. And so as we continue to move forward, we're taking on these experiences and taking on this wisdom that we're going to be able to take with us into the journey. Working on that throat chakra, it's really hard for your person to speak their truth to themselves. And so again, you're just at this space of just like, well, what do I do? Because as much as you love your person, you see that they got all this baggage and shit that they got to work on. But at the end of the day, if this ain't meant to happen, God, your ancestors, the universe are always going to put somebody else new on your path so that you can awaken and so that they awaken. And so then that is just a karmic lesson that is shared for that time and space And so understanding that everything is divinely guided and you're meant to just go along this journey with that open heart. Allow yourself some time to heal and deal with your inner traumas and emotions. This is what your person is doing right now. And they're not giving themselves that space. And so this is why they're unable to just even be emotionally available to you, because they just don't know how to be that to themselves. So family, there's a lot going on in this connection, and it's time for a vacation. It's time to take a break from this connection so that you both can come into this alignment of where it is that you guys need to be emotionally within yourselves. So I'm going to leave this message right here for you guys. Let me know how this resonates for you. Thank you guys a trillion times for being right here, rocking with your girl. I'm sending you guys so much love and healing through this phase and time that you receive this message, family. I hope and I pray that you guys are able to find your way as you shift and transition and find that clarity within this connection the way that you're meant to receive it. Fam, thank you guys a trillion times. Aries, love, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll tap in with you guys soon. Peace and so much love.